what is going on with the quarterbacks in the NFL as a whole, right? Passing touchdowns. This is from Rich Herber, Lord Reeves. Passing TDs through 2 weeks of NFL over the past 10 years. 2015, 109, going up 98, 78, 114, 105, 110, 110. 2022 is 105. 2023 is 86. And in 2024, in 2 weeks, there have been 66 passing touchdowns in the entirety of the NFL. That tweet was put out pre Monday Night Football. And as we report, the Eagles and the Falcons are in a shootout, 18-15. I want to see how many passing TDs are in this 18-15.
That's good. Side note.
You said that's good for us?
Y'all with the Eagles? Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins literally can't move. Oh, you're saying us just competing with the Eagles. How the heck does NFL... Oh, stats. Probably, right? Kirk Cousins right now has 1 passing touchdown, and Jalen Hurts has 1 passing touchdown. So it looks like... Oh, I'm sorry. He doesn't have a passing touchdown. Oh, he does have a passing touchdown. He does. My bad. He has a passing and a rushing touchdown. So it looks like if the game ended as it is, that 66 will go up to 68, the lowest in the past 10 years. And then also to add on to that, Carson on Twitter, Carsobi, NFL average passing yards per game. I'll just read it from in 1980, it was at 196. 85, it's 204. 90, it's 194.8. 2020, it's 240. 2015, it's 243. 2010, it's 221. 2024, we are back down to 193. What is going on with quarterbacks right now?
Very easy, short answer. I would say compared to years prior, more young guys are given an opportunity out the gate.
Thank you.
And it's a lot of backups playing because of injury a lot sooner in some situations as well. But mostly it's a lot of young guys being given the keys to the car when they only got their permit and then definitely need an adult next to them. And they're being told, yeah, go ahead and hit that highway drive by yourself about 5 hours and let's see what happens. A lot of these teams are putting these guys in bad situations from what I can recognize. Now, if we want to go back 10 years and then evaluate what it was looking like in the landscape of in terms of first and second year quarterbacks starting out the gate, we can do that. I would think convincingly, nowadays guys are being given keys to the offense way too early. Even Tom Brady spoke on that recently in a clip that's going around that's aging like fine wine with the play of some of these young quarterbacks like Will Levis and Bryce Young.
What did he say? The gist of the clip. What was the gist of the clip?
The gist of the clip, these college program, it used to be college programs, now they're college teams. These guys are ill-equipped to come in and take over, and a lot of guys are being, again, given the keys a lot earlier than they were before, and they're not learning as much on the college level. They're not learning the game of football how they should be while they're there because of the transfer portal and just the prestige of being a college quarterback nowadays and the NIL money and all that extra shit.
Okay.
So you're probably spitting. Yeah, to add on to your inexperienced thing, they're young, 100%. Tom Brady, Damo is right there, but then I'll go a step further, and this is gonna make me sound like I'm not done with the 90s nigga. Half of these niggas can't throw. I'm sorry to tell you, it's a lot of mobile quarterbacks. I like literally in the state of Maryland, we got 2 quarterbacks that are literally running back accusations. Oh, Sage, ain't you a Steelers fan? That with Justin Fields, that's another person. That's 3 quarterbacks right there that some people literally go quarterback. And mind you, I'm not saying they can't throw the ball at all, but what I am definitely saying is there's a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL right now, whether young, old, or anything in between, that predicate their game via mobility. As a result, them out in space and making plays is going to 1, lead to more sacks, 2 lead to much more chaotic runs, obviously, but 3, in terms of getting those consistent passing yards and passing touchdowns, it's not going to be the case. They just going to walk. They're going to get near the end zone, and then, all right, Jalen Hurts, you have legs bigger than their linebacker's torso. Walk in the end zone. So, yeah, I think ultimately I don't think the NFL is in the state of peril or anything like that in terms of quarterback play because you got some elite ones out there. But in terms of touchdowns and yards, that's easy. Young quarterbacks who aren't even trying to learn how to throw the football are playing.
I'm about to say, just to piggyback on Sage's point, a lot more dual threats than pocket passers. And this is the thing you're going to see, especially when a lot of these dual threats are put on bad teams with bad lines. They're going to run anyway. If the normal pocket is 3 seconds, you're giving a guy that's trigger happy and already wants to run or already has running as a second thought versus throwing the ball out or just reading your options. He's looking for the first read and already thinking run, and he has 1.5 seconds versus 3 seconds. And we're talking about a guy that's fresh out of college. He hasn't sat a year how Pat Mahomes did, learned from a vet, and was able to come along like Jordan Love did, and then be prepared after another all season. He's being told right after he gets out of college, he gets 1 OTA, 1 legit training camp in 4 preseason games, and it's being told, all right, bet you're an NFL quarterback now, buddy. Ball up.
And my bad. But before Omar continues, I just want to say also the way that they're developed, they are easily giving up on these quarterbacks early. They're not only throwing them to the fire, but they're giving up on them way too early. We could talk about Fields and Caleb Williams all day, but I'm going to go with the weird argument. Josh Allen, for example, is how you show faith in your quarterback. They were letting that boy throw the ball 20 yards over receivers left and right. I don't think y'all remember how the Josh Allen his ass memes were, and they still exist to this day because of how much he would overthrow their quarterback. But they said, fuck it, but you gonna have to learn how to throw this ball because, nigga, you got an arm maybe stronger than Stafford and Mahomes. Dog, you're gonna learn how to be accurate with this goddamn football. And sure enough, provided him with the receivers, granted, right now, why else? But you definitely provided him with the receivers once upon a time. You've worked on his game, his fundamentals as a quarterback, and now he still is able to just truck your linebacker. So I think Josh Allen is where I wish most quarterbacks were being developed. But when you look at like a Jaden Daniels, for example, almost called him McDaniels, they would view what he's doing as good. Some people would literally view it as what he's doing as good, and the kid don't even slide. The motherfucker, Jaden Daniels will literally get hit. He'll get speared and not give a fuck. And I think he even said that he does that intentionally.
I would even say, and sorry, you can throw you can throw guys like Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold right now, who's been playing relatively good that I've seen for the Vikings, given a second opportunity. Guys that were given up early on, guys that were seen as bust, and they're showing a resurgence or just shown giving ample time and opportunity. They can play well. Hell, even Marcus Mariota had that one good year on the Falcons and showed he can still perform. Joe Flacco last year showed, and he's not a young guy, but he was an older guy. Guys that are just showing they can still perform after being given up on.
Man, and y'all said a lot. Your mother he sends a super chat in, or she sends a super chat in for $2, says these dual threats playing like the injuries are off. I want to first acknowledge the fact that a lot of people are saying the defenses are just getting better. This is just me reading a Twitter point. Defenses are getting better. Defenses are catching up scheme wise with the talent that needs to be out there, athleticism, and mentally they're getting better. So that could be a place and space in which we're playing with now. And it's so funny because I think the NFL and the NBA parallel each other so much with, okay, we're so progressive. At some point, we're gonna hit a breaking point, and the NBA, we might be coming to that head as well. I think a lot of what Damo said is true. I don't want to sit here and just super echo the sentiment. It is getting harder to evaluate players coming into the pros than it's ever been, and I think that again is significant for both sports in an era in which all these guys can do all these things, right? Like a quarterback might come out of college with accuracy problems, but if you compare that to the accuracy problems from 5-10 years ago, it's nitpicky, low key. Like we just have to say, okay, this is his biggest flaw. So on paper, a lot of these guys look great. Especially coming out of college. Same thing in the NBA. They all look like they got handle, can shoot the best. They look like they can do everything. We know everybody can't do everything, right? Or there'd be just 50 goats running around just waiting to develop. So I think that's an issue. Then they're bringing these quarterbacks into these systems, like Damo said, and They're just letting him run free. I'm going to circle back to the Caleb Williams point in 2 seconds here. But I do agree with Tom Brady. If that's what he said about college, then I wholeheartely agree. I want to see what happens coming out of Texas.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see what happens when Ewers, is that how you say his last name? Ewers.
I'm a college casual, but I know the quarterback from Texas is the one that like everybody's like, yeah, he's the best one.
Yeah, and it's great that Arch Manning has committed to sitting back. Even though he's gonna come back, I'm not gonna run from the grind. I'm gonna be here, and because they are either blowing teams out or because of just schematically, they're splitting snaps now. So by the time that Arch becomes a junior or whatever the case may be, he'll come into his full-time position and he'll be like primed and ready to go. But some of these guys, they bounce around, they have one good year and then they just ride off into the sunset. Applicable or not, I do want to speak on Caleb Williams because that's going to transition us into the next topic. Slightly onto them putting him in bad positions. Chicago Bears set an NFL record tonight. This was yesterday. The Texans recorded 7 sacks, 9 TFLs. What is that? I'm going to butcher that. And 11 QB hits. Caleb Williams was either tackled, hit, or pressured 36 of his 37 pass attempts. He had just one pass where there wasn't a defender in his face. Speechless.
I thought the Bears were good.
Wait, because I've been
I've
been waiting.
Go ahead, Omar.
And I know D. Taylor doesn't watch the pod. I had a space during the summer talking about specifically the Bears and their moves and all that stuff like that from the most casual perspective, and people were just sitting there talking about all the moves they made. It was Justin Fields. It was Justin Fields. It was Justin Fields. We can look at how Justin Fields is doing and see, it was never Justin Fields.
Man,
and I don't want to say that it is Caleb Williams. I'll read off some of his stats. 2 games, 37 completions, 66 attempts, 56 completion percentage, 267 yards, averaging 4 yards, no TDs, 2 interceptions. Longest pass was 27 yards, 9 sacks. Has a QB rating of 53 and a QBR of 23.9. Now, for those asking, that rating puts him at 3rd worst in the league right now. And then that QBR puts him at 2nd worst. I don't even think it's Caleb, though. I don't think anybody thinks it's Caleb. It's the Bears putting him in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the Bears putting him in a bad situation. I'm looking down to trying to see who's leading the league in sacks. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Caleb Williams. Furthermore,
and getting sacked?
Yeah, and getting sacked.
Gardner Minshew is also at 9.
Gardner and Caleb at 9 and Brock at 8. Yeah, that's crazy. And here's the most damning part. Brock, okay, you know what? The Trent Williams thing, cool. Trent Williams is like 4 linemen in 1. So, all right, fine. You need that. Caleb Williams, and this is the part that's going to like piss off Chicago fans, but I don't even think that your coach is a criminal. I think that you niggas knew y'all didn't have an O-line and didn't give a fuck, bro. Y'all went out there, got Swift. I think y'all got Gerald Everett. Obviously, those are the 2 nicher, lighter names. For those that know, like, they've just been watching NFL recently, even. Yo, DJ Moore and Keenan Allen as 1 and 2 is crazy. Let alone did you draft Rome? Yo, I still think they got the best targets in the NFL right now in terms of like totality, in terms of depth. They probably still got the best receiving room in the NFL, or at least in that conversation. So when I'm seeing a quarterback not get any time, and I hate to tie this thread to it. I know I'm about to have a polar bear in Texas, but even I know he ain't playing good. But even with Bryce Young, when I'm seeing like, yo, you telling me this man ain't got an O-line, a running back you just let walk out the door in CMC. Then Chuba, he cool, I guess. Is Chuba even still there? But and then you ain't got no tight ends. You got the remains of Adam Thielen out there. Y'all, I am tired of these quarterbacks coming into the league year 1, year 2, giving dog shit trenches. Maybe sometimes a competent defense in the case of Chicago. I think they're I think they're 4-3 solid. Their secondary needs some work. But I Man, it's just sad to see, especially given that the Bears fully believe that Caleb, if he can get their quarterback the ball, is nice, even in Chicago weather, but he can't give him the ball. He has no fucking time, bro. It's sad to see that. I know the topic is mainly about lack of preparation prior to getting your quarterback. I think you always get your guy, but damn, don't kill your guy. That's my thing.
But the quick pushback that I have on that though, Sage, is, and mind you, I agree with all that. People are so fixated on the guy. They're so fixated on hitting the home run in these regards. But I think sometimes they need to establish an identity that may be outside of the quarterback play. I get quarterback play is important, but man, there isn't a Josh Allen in every single draft. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, no matter how much you try to replicate Mahomes, it's not going to happen. Get a guy that can just do competent quarterback stuff and put him in position to just do those competent quarterback things. Hey, we don't need this gunslinger, rollouty guy. Can you make good reads, on-time reads? Can you hit the 5-yard? Can you hit the 10-yard? Can you hit the 15-yard? I like Damo said with basketball, somebody's going to end up breaking the mold. I am ready to see a team because they've obliterated the running back position. You're a pass catcher who just will hand it off to you once or twice a game or whatever the case may be. I'm ready for a team to go back to like some 0-1 Ravens shit. Hey, we got a Trent Dilfer for a quarterback, but guess what? We're gonna get it done by winning these games 7-6, right? We're gonna maintain possession. We're gonna keep that ball on that ground. We're gonna throw some little quick ones, easy ones, and defense is going to win us this championship. Instead of everybody trying to hit a home run from the quarterback position to get the next guy that's going to throw 5,000 passing yards and 78 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. No, bro, you're not going to get that. That's just not going to happen.
I just think it's very ironic, and D. Taylor was a proponent of the loud Chicago fans just thinking that hope would be different because of the quarterback position. I said it. They need to draft Marvin Harrison or they need to draft an offensive lineman because Justin Fields is good enough. Like, Justin Fields is the guy for this team. He's a good quarterback. When they traded him, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. I said it. I said Justin Fields is going to go, and he's going to I thought he would just take the starting job for Russell Wilson. Like, Wilson go out there, throw 6 picks, Justin Fields comes in, throws a touchdown. It's Justin Fields' job. That's what I thought would happen.
I get up with you on that, but go ahead.
They did that in training camp. They was like, all right, bet. We just skipped that process, give Justin the keys. He's playing fine. I knew Caleb Williams would struggle because they're going to make him run for his life. This happened with Justin Fields last year. Justin Fields was getting hit, obliterated, and fondled in the backfield all season. And people want to sit there, oh, he held the ball too long. Oh, he wants to roll out. Oh, it's a lapse. It's this, it's that. Now, look, we have Keenan Allen. We have DJ. We have this. We have that. Too bad they can't get the damn ball. Why? Because Caleb Williams is dealing with the same exact thing Justin Fields dealt with. No time to throw the ball. No matter who you can put Pat Mahomes back there. Yeah, he might jump sideways, be parallel to the ground, and throw the ball. It ain't going nowhere. He still can get lit up back there.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears for the past 3 years, they drafted Darnell Wright, I think, last year. But other than that, we're talking 3 straight seasons of really not trying to get an offensive lineman in the first 2 rounds. They had 2 first-round picks this year. They went at wideout to get Rome. I don't dislike Rome. Hell, obviously, if Marvin Harrison's there, that's different because I think he's a generational prospect. Not talent, but prospect, fellas. But, dog, I don't know. I don't know how they're not getting offensive linemen there, especially if the concern with Fields was, hey, man, I mean, I get that, oh, my bad. Let me start it over. Especially when the concern with Fields was he can't throw the ball. You would think that you would want to get your new quarterback time to throw the ball. But alas, maybe I don't know anything I'm talking about here. And that's why I have, like, I don't want to act like Bryce Young is him or anything, but I just remembered my friend sent me. I remember my friend sent me. Bryce Young got benched today. I think Bryce Young's not going to start next week.
For Andy Dalton. I have a
man.
He's still in the league. That's
old
so my problem, and I was just, that was exactly how I was going to conclude at least my football segment here was, I think both leagues have developmental problems. Again, this is the most skilled era, most talent-filled era. This is for all the sports, right? This is the most skilled. Technology is up, film is up, analytics is up. These people have the most, but they still have this problem with developing these guys. And then it's funny because, like in football, like we just said, a couple years down the line, we'll see these guys who flamed out here, ran to this team, and then on their fourth team, they figure it out. Maybe there's a developmental issue. Same thing in the NBA. Oh, this point guard that we gave the ball. Jaden Ivey right now. Jaden Ivey, they're reporting Jaden Ivey and the Pistons aren't meshing and this, that, and the third. I can guarantee you by year 7 or 8 of Jaden Ivey puttering around the league, he'll find him a role on a backup, like as a backup or something like that, or just a competent starter. He'll be in the conference finals, and people will be like, dang, I thought Jaden Ivey sucked. No, they just couldn't develop a young guy. So even this situation with Bryce Young, you feel how you feel about Bryce Young. Cool. Are you committed to this young guy or not? Like, you brought him in high. I see other reports after they benched him. Next year they're gonna go get a guy. Okay, just gonna. What was the meme this week? Fuck it, ball up. You just gonna ball up again? You just gonna run it back again with another young guy? Put him in the same situation. Then halfway through the second season, have another adult come in and throw Bryce Young out. Like, it's just. Bryce Young could be totally ass. Like, he truly could be. He
really could be ass.
He 100% could be ass. The development, I wouldn't have done it like that. Y'all could have got Andy Dalton. He seems like an adult. Have him there. Have Bryce Young just, hey, man, learn how to play NFL football for a little bit. And then slowly integrate him. Or if you got Bryce Young, just commit to Bryce Young, gang. The good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the Patriots are doing the right thing with our guy.
You just got Drake May, but it sounds like
developing.
You got Joe Milton too. That's kind of crazy.
Oh shit! But I'll say we're having this conversation, and I will never forget how they did, bro, prior to him. But for example, the Arizona Cardinals, credit where it's due. They said, "Yeah, fuck all of y'all. Kyler Murray is our guy." Now,
good, bad, or indifferent.
Did they do Josh Rosen the fuck dirty? Absolutely.
Yes.
Like what did he even do? I was sitting there like, what the fuck did he do? I like, damn. But since acquiring Kyler Murray, they gave him a defense the next draft. Ever since then, they gave him a safety valve, offensive lineman, or in this case, receiver prospects. And this is just out of the draft, let alone when they signed, I think they signed Kelvin Beachum, who wasn't crazy at the time, but people thought he was still good.
Hopkins.
Yeah, they went and got D-Hop. Now they got MHJ, who Kyler Murray had to sit there and lie about not giving the ball to, because everybody's like, Marvin Harrison's a dog. So shout out the Arizona Cardinals for literally sitting through, as Omar was saying, the good, the bad, and ugly with their quarterback. And at the time, people were like, oh my God, Kyler's ass. Me, he's not ass. He just is in Arizona, who didn't have anything for him for a long time, because I think last year was a dark period for that franchise. They've definitely bounced back. I'm not going to act like they're going to be the Super Bowl contending ass team, but this is kind of what the point when I see a Justin Fields go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and sure, he only has 1 touchdown statistically, but if you watch these games, he's looking damn good. This is why this is a topic today. This is why people on ESPN, whatever, are talking about him. Because if you watch the game, you're like, what the fuck? This is Justin Fields? Yeah. When you got a damn coach that believes in him, when you got offensive line outside of Broderick Jones that tries to protect them, you have a system implemented for them, and the Steelers don't even have that many damn good weapons. It's just corny to see.
Last thing, the perfect example that I have for what I was talking about, just, sticking to a guy, trusting him, Sam Darnold, drafted to the Jets. Man, I swear to God, the way that they was talking about him, again, super casual perspective, I thought Sam Darnold was going to be out the league. Just based off of the way bebopped around. Now, based off of all, like, a good bit of stats, top 10 quarterback.
He's going to get some money.
Top 10 quarterback right now in the NFL. You go off of completion percentage, QBR, he might be even top 5. But when he was in New Jersey, this guy fucking sucks.
No.
Yeah, because they only had Mekhi for him. Jared Goff is a fantastic. That's the example. Jared motherfucking Goff. When he was playing with, and Omar, of all the coaching sports, I think it's fucking football. Jeff Fisher was a terrorist to that motherfucking Jared Goff. Jared Goff goes to Detroit, and instantaneously we're sitting here in a lateral move for Matthew Stafford. Like, damn, Is this the first neutral trade in history? Fuck out of here, man. It's so crazy how like literal front offices and coaches in both of these sports, as we're trying to intertwine the NBA fandom into the NFL sphere. I'm telling y'all, man, these young players, sometimes it sounds like ooga booga, the young guys can never be ass. But in this quarterback situation, from what I'm seeing, it's a lot of talented guys that are just getting cooked. I'm so happy Justin Herbert's not getting hoed, because I thought Justin Herbert was next, because that nigga lost everything this offseason. But apparently J.K. Dobbins is underrated as fuck, and Ladd's going to be pretty solid for them. So there's that.
Type shit.
That's what I got for football. I'm not.
Yeah, I seen someone in the chat who I was looking for the stats. I had my YouTube up and then opened it. I was curious. And someone in the chat was like, yeah, elite quarterbacks 1 through 4 are solid, but 6 through 10, they're falling off. I don't even agree with that, gang. Because you got Dak, you got Herb, you got CJ, you got Jordan Love. It's just, you got to surround them around talent, bro.
Yeah, that was actually Jay Clark for $9.99. Big Jay Clark. Give me some sound.
It's not popping up, is it?
No, because I'm not looking at it on thing. Jay Clark said, it is very odd with NFL QBs because the elites of the elites, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, are as good a top 4 as any era of QB play. But the drop-off after them, the 6 through 11 range, seems weaker than ever.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I disagree. Again, I do think the 4 are the 4. Absolutely. I think the 4 are the 4, but I don't think 5 through 11 is ass at all. I mean, granted, Tua jokes are Tua jokes, but I mean, I don't think Tua sucks. I damn well don't think CJ Stroud and Jordan Love suck. They damn near the same nigga. I don't think
I don't think Matthew Stafford sucks.
Matthew Stafford's not ass. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see that take at all, but it's unfortunate what we got.
I want to say 10 years ago, who would be the 5 through 11 10 years ago?
I wonder if really the bottom of the bottom seems worse, or maybe just as a whole, play is down.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I think overall just play may be down. So that middle might be down. I don't know. These are things we have to look into.
Yeah.
Is Baker really worse than Matt Hasselbeck? Let's be honest. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we really talking about?
I think again in that situation it was like all right, we know what we're doing with Matt. We're finna hand it off to Sean like 9-10 times. We're gonna throw these little slants and curl. Yeah, he's not at, but they over here with Baker. I ain't gonna lie, man. Let's throw this ball deep. Let's really loosen it up, air it out. Like, no.
Yeah,
Geno Smith, Chad Henne. Like, come on, bro. I'm not really about to.
Okay.
I'm not about to.
He trolling.
I'm not having this conversation.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We don't give enough respect to Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. All right, let me. Rio the GOAT for $1.99 says, the feds just indicted Diddy. Today was a good day. Yeah. Just Chris for $9.99 says, I think another way to see it that a lot of offense now is very simplified because the QBs aren't ready, so less touchdowns.
I can see that. I can see that in terms of throwing the ball. They do run a lot of option sets. Again, they're trying to get their quarterback in space to make plays that are familiar to college.
Man, if it's the professional rank, put him
I'm telling you, like, I don't tote myself as Mr. NFL. Well, there's one thing I'm begging people to at least accept that, okay, you know what you're talking about. Watch one of these young quarterbacks play now. They're trying to mirror college football with these professional now quarterbacks versus saying, hey, y'all, we're not going to be him this season. It is what it is. What happened with the Texans with CJ Stroud was just that damn good. So shit.
Well, but then get an adult in the room. That all NBA adults here, get an adult in the room and have that motherfucker sit. I get these college names are huge, they're big. Have that motherfucker sit, get an adult in the room, go 6 and whatever, right? And just have that person learn from an adult. I don't care how good the adult is. Hell, get Ryan Fitzpatrick a contract, but have an adult in the room. Stop that. I hate the shit when the NBA teams do it. Has Trae Young looking like a chicken with his head cut off second season. Yep. Hey, we're just going to have no backup. What do you mean? Stop that.
Yeah, I agree.
Legendary Toad for $4.99 says, coaching stability is an issue for these teams too. Agreed. They be hiring and firing coaches way too quickly and they can't build a culture. That's universal for sports for me. So.
1000% agree. You idiots that thought Mike Tomlin didn't deserve a job for the past 5 years. I'm standing on again, idiots.
Universal for sports. And last super chat, Jay for $5 says, Joe Burrow literally has the best PR ever. He is dog ass for 7 games straight, then gets carried by Jamar. Bengals are the sheltered Vikings.
Well, I don't mind anybody trying to take a dig at Joe Burrow. I won't call the boy ass because he's a very annoying quarterback to have in my division. But hey man, if you feel like Joe's 9-4 and he's overrated, I could see it. But at the same time, I think we all acknowledge he's pretty solid at football.
Fuck Joe Burrow.